welcome. This is the Rapid Marketing Optimization tool, and it is designed to take the waste, slowness, frustration, and confusion and distraction right out of your marketing system so you can get back to building stuff and delivering value to your customers. In this episode, we are going to tackle a specific vertical market. In this episode, I guess we will attack the real estate agents market. And so to get started, we're going to dive right in, and hopefully I can explain this in a way that makes it abundantly clear to you why it's important and why you should stick around and watch this whole video and rewatch it maybe. So let's just start by giving you a fundamental overview here. What we're trying to do in this is we're trying to take a bunch of strangers and first of all turn them into single customers. That is to say, customers who consume some value proposition that we are offering once, and then potentially become a repeat customer. And in some areas, that's extremely challenging. When we're talking about real estate agents, we talk about, are we going to have customers that are going to be repeat? Are they going to buy from us every time? Because of the fact that there are maybe 3 to 5 to 10 to 20 years between transactions. There's no guarantee that the real estate agent is even going to be in business between now and when we buy the second property, unless we're a real estate investment person who is purchasing multiple properties and has a favorite real estate agent in a certain market. So there is potential for repeat. But what we're looking at here is a situation where repeat is usually a challenge. But for the sake of argument, let's talk about our normal dyed-in-the-wool typical real estate agent, our real estate customer. Let's talk about them and use that as an example moving forward. So first of all, we're going to talk about, let's say, a homeowner who is the primary resident. Right? And the benefit that they're seeking is going to be our North Star, our guiding principle here as we move through this. And because we've made this simple, the idea is that if you're one of the many people who is reluctant about picking a single demographic or audience, that's okay, because this is so easy to do. You'll have the option of picking multiple audiences, because it only takes a few minutes to conceptualize what you're going to do for each of those audiences. And so you can afford to maybe have 3 or 4 different strategies, one for each potential audience, without feeling like you're leaving anybody out. What we do first is we're going to pick an audience, and it's going to be well defined. It's going to be defined by the benefit that they are seeking. And I have noticed in my experience that is the best fundamental bedrock North Star principle there for defining an audience. Doesn't really matter how old they are necessarily. You could subdivide if you wanted, or their gender, or where they live, or anything else. If they're seeking this benefit, this key benefit, then we're off to the races. That really makes everything else a lot clearer. Then we're going to come up with and think about what our introduction to the primary offer is for that benefit. So our primary offer perhaps being selling a house, with all the vagaries and oddities related to that. And then we've got introduction to a reminder offer. Let's say someone's not ready to buy a house, but we still want them to think about us. If they stumble across our marketing stuff, can we introduce them to something that will keep them thinking about us on sort of a serialized or repeat basis, so that when they are ready for the introductory offer or the primary offer, that they're going to pull the trigger and deal with us. And we'll have a relationship in place. Then offer introducing traffic. So we're going to think about these 2 offers we have here, primary and reminder, and say what can we do to introduce them to traffic, or introduce them to these offers. What traffic sources can we use to introduce people to these offers so that we can continue to engage with them further? And having done so, our benefit offers, we've got relationship offers down here in a kind of a pyramid of value propositions, followed by lower cost transitional offers, and then we have our primary offer. We also want to, having introduced them to a remainder offer, we'd like to be able to have some sort of a reminder system in place so that, having been triggered by a reminder offer, there's a good chance that there's going to be reminder events that take them, that feel natural, don't feel interruptive, they're not annoying, and at the end of the day, they will have a durable memory and awareness of what it is that we're offering. And then finally, the reminder system has a sort of a subtle, gentle, but direct link to the offers catalog, which is all the different things that we do, starting from easy to consume, low cost, or free things, all the way up to like intermediate offers, things that are transitional to the primary. And these might be paid and they might not be. A lot of real estate agents, for instance, the ones that are doing this effectively, have at least regular video postings about the marketplace and different things that are going on in their market and things to avoid and things that the person who's purchasing, shopping for a real estate agent, could potentially be interested in. And then there's a big gap here where they have to do a vertical leap to, I got to get somebody, so they just go for the flagship product. So the interesting challenge here, and I think it's doable, is there a transitional transaction there? And so that's what we're going to talk about. So that's the 10,000 foot view of the entire system. And looking at all of this, we're going to dive into how to make offers stronger so that we end up with more people in our reminder system bucket. The bucket could be like subscribers, could be newsletter subscribers, could be people that have said, yes, I would like to have notifications pop up for this vendor. Or it could be a persistent artifact. I love these. You get little physical things like coffee mugs or pens, and ask yourself, what do people throw these away? Mugs are great for that because people don't throw them away. They tend to carry them around like a delicate little egg, and they're very careful with them for the most part. And they seem to have some intrinsic value and a free association with, say, caffeine or tea or whatever their favorite beverage is. That's the 10,000 foot view on the system. And now we're going to move on to understanding the individual pieces of this strategy.